Perfect. It is 11:30. Thank you everyone for joining today. We are the California Career Forum. We are hosting our first virtual job workshop for the state of California. So if you're looking to begin your career with the state of California, you are in the right place. We have plenty of speakers today that will provide you some feedback, information, as well as tips to begin your career with the state. First and foremost, I'd like to give it over to Sally Lee, who will do our introductions. Sally, welcome.
Hello, future state employees, and good morning. Welcome to today's State of California's virtual career workshop. What a great way to kick off the new year. My name is Sally Lee, and I am the Assistant Secretary over Workforce Development at the California Government Operations Agency. I'm so thrilled to have you here as we explore how to get a state job and learn about exciting state government career opportunities together. I have more than 16 years of work experience in the public sector, and 10 of these years are with the state of California, with which I am currently employed. So I first learned about state jobs from a friend, probably much like you, and my friend had just been hired by the state and was so happy in their new role, and they convinced me to apply, and I'm so happy that I did. I've had a very fulfilling career with the state of California, and there are many reasons I love working for the state. And here are the 3 reasons that I'd like to share with you today to kick off this event. The number one reason I love working for the state is that it never gets boring because there are numerous types of jobs with the state government. Number two, there is a lot of room for growth and up mobility simply because of how big the state is. We employ 250,000 employees and have nearly 2,700 job classifications throughout 150 state departments. And number 3, I work with incredible, diverse people every day who prioritize public service and community impact. This motivates me to do my best every day. I hope that you have an incredible experience today and make the most of this virtual job fair. I would like to encourage you to do 2 things today. One, make a goal to start your CalCareers job account, and you'll hear more about that. I'd like you to do that by the end of this week. And 2, I'd like you to make a goal of applying for your first state job by the end of next week, and to continue applying for state jobs, at least one a day, until you get with the state of California. That's similar to the strategy I used, and that kept me motivated. So I'd like to share that with you. I wish you the best of luck. And with this, I'd like to hand it over to Isaac to talk about today's event and what you can expect.
Thank you so much, Sally. Very good and motivating words. She's already given us 2 assignments. Make sure you write those down to make sure that you oblige to that information. So my name is Isaac Obando. I am the Outreach and Recruitment Manager for the California Department of Tax and Fee Administration, abbreviated by CDTFA. We are collaboratively bringing you all this event with collaborating with the California Department of Technology, Office of Data and Innovation, Department of Rehab, GovOps, as well as CalVet. So thank you all for taking the first step in your future career path by joining the event today. I feel like the state is the best kept secret, and today we're going to give you a lot of good tips to hopefully motivate you and get you where you need to go in seeking your future career. So if you are new to the state service, looking for a change, or seeking a promotion, this is a great opportunity to serve the public and really build a fulfilling career. We give team members access to quality training, mentoring programs, all the great benefits, including time off, paid time off, vacation, and things of that nature, but also many different upward mobility programs to really propel your career by joining the state of California. So we all applaud you today for joining, and I guarantee you, you will get something helpful out of today's event, as well as the opportunity to network with some of the best recruiters in the state, as well as some hiring managers towards the end of the event. So stay tuned for that. We have some wonderful speakers lined up today, but before we go any further, I definitely would like to outline some of today's objectives and a few housekeeping items. So as mentioned today, we will go over the state application process. We will go over how to create a CalCareers account. We will assist you on searching for jobs within the state and mainly help you and assist you in searching for jobs that really fit the career you're looking for. As Sally mentioned, we have over 100 departments, over 100 classifications. So we know it can be difficult at times to find the job that really fits you and what you're looking for. In addition to that, we will share some slides as well as do some live sessions and actually go into CalCareers Live and show you how to do all of these things. And at the end of the main event, we will have 4 breakout rooms where if you're looking for entry-level positions, will be the room number one of the rooms. If you are a veteran looking for veterans preference, that'll be another room, as well as if you're looking for IT opportunities, that will be the 3rd room. And if you are a person with a disability, looking to see how that process works within the state, we will have that room available to you as well. So please stay tuned, stay with us for the entirety of the event. You'll have, once again, opportunities to really network with a bunch of good team members, learn about all the different organizations that are participating in this event today, and really kind of get an inside peek of what the state has to offer. With no further ado, I'd like to introduce 3 team members today from different departments. We have Megan, Barb, and Scott. If all of you can join us today, thank you so much. And we'll begin with, let's see, Megan. Megan, tell us a little bit, tell the audience a little bit about work-life balance, work-life integration at the state, and why the state works for you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Isaac. And thank you everybody who's here today, who's here participating. This is a really exciting opportunity and you're going to learn a lot. So I'm here to talk to you about the work-life balance that I found at the state of California. Prior to working for the state, I was in the private sector. I worked at Starbucks as a store manager for 12 years, and very little work-life balance happened at that point. I, at some points, had to be up and at my store at 3 a.m. and had to then also close the store at 11 o'clock or midnight. I had no weekends, no holidays. I realized that I had spent 12 years of Christmases and Thanksgivings with my store partners, which I loved. I loved being there with them. But you miss out on a lot when you don't get to be home with your family during those moments. And it takes a toll. And so I had friends and family who worked for the state and they said, hey, this is a really great opportunity. You should apply. And I did. It took me about 6 months to get in with different departments calling me back for interviews and things like that. But I kept at it and I've now worked for the state for 7 years. All of those years within the human resources department at different agencies and different departments. And I get to spend every weekend, every holiday, Christmas, Thanksgiving with my family and my friends. And that to me is invaluable. And that is truly why the state of California works for me, why I keep coming back, why there's really not a whole lot outside of the state of California that would tempt me to leave. So, and then additionally, once I got into the state, that work-life balance, I also met so many amazing people like Isaac, who you've been hearing from, people like Sean Singh, Artur Morales, people that you're going to, Ara, people you're going to talk to today that really make what I do and coming to work a joy. So not only do I get my weekends and holidays and all of my benefits, but I also get to work with people who are also passionate about helping California and the communities that we serve. So it's really a win-win for me. And I'm so happy to be here and happy to share my experience and share all of the information that I have with you. I will be in the disability breakout room, the LEAP process room. And so I'm always happy to share that information as well. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Isaac. And I'll kick it back to you.
Thank you, Megan, so much for that information. Great information, work-life balance, work-life integration. It's not just a term, right? We have to live it, we have to enjoy it, and truly create a career out of it. So thank you so much. Next but not least, we have Barb Coseo Moreno. If you can introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what your job does and kind of what the impact that you provide for the state of California.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. My name is Barbara Cosio Moreno. I'm the communications manager for the Office of Data and Innovation, which is known as ODI. I'm really glad you're all here seeking out opportunities, so give yourself a hand for taking that first step. This is my third role working for the state. Before coming here, I worked as a TV news producer, so I had a different life. Didn't have work-life balance either. And then I transitioned over to leading communications for local government organizations for about 10 years. I began my state service in 2020 during COVID-19. I actually lost my job with a nonprofit due to the pandemic, but I found a place for myself here working in public service. I was hired to manage district communications for a senator, and it was a crash course in legislation, policy, community service, as well as crisis communications. So that there was no roadmap for a pandemic, and public service really was very valuable to me at that time. Following that role, I moved over to Caltrans, where I was actually able to hire people like you. I was able to hire into the state workforce, which was really rewarding. And now I'm at ODI. I joined in August because it was a chance to create a communication strategy for a brand new state department, which is a very rare and exciting opportunity. So what is ODI and our impact, as Isaac asked? So ODI provides a government-to-government service. We collaborate within the state with other departments to improve services for Californians. We make decisions together based on user research, human-centered design, data, analytics. It's some really cool stuff to promote equity and efficiency in state government. So in the end, it's the citizens who benefit. Some examples of the work we've done, without going into specifics, we've built a tool that tracks affordable housing projects, a model to better forecast water outages during droughts, and we piloted an online recommender that serves up benefits for folks applying for unemployment or disability insurance. 2024 also marks the year that ODI is launching a Cal Academy training hub. This will be a go-to hub for the state to learn innovative skills and this concept of human-centered design in government. So we're really excited to take the best practices in the government-to-government work and scale it to reach state workers like hopefully you when you get hired to further transform the government. So we also will have some positions coming, engineering, product, data roles coming soon at ODI. So again, glad you're here and thank you for the time.
Barb, thank you so much. We appreciate that information and a little kind of inside peek of what Office of Data and Innovation does. Thank you for that. And last but not least, we have Scott Capulong from California Department of Tax and Fee Administration to tell us a little bit about career opportunities and kind of the promotional growth and opportunities that we have available within the state. Hey, Scott.
Hey, Isaac. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. As Isaac mentioned, I'm Scott Capulong. I'm the Chief Information Officer here at the California Department of Tax and Fee Administration, CDTFA. Wanted to give you a little background about myself and why the state of California is a great employer and working in IT provides you with some great opportunities. So I just checked, my work anniversary was yesterday. I've been with this department in the state of California for 29 years. I started in our business area doing tax work. I have a degree in financial management, but about a year or so into that job, I got an opportunity to participate in a cutting edge technology project, which was to migrate our tax application to this new mainframe application, which I think a lot of you on the call maybe have no idea what a mainframe is or have never heard of that, but it's a pretty antiquated technology that we used to use here. But in any event, what that did was give me exposure to our IT organization and then an opportunity to come join that team here in Sacramento. So I moved up here in the late 1990s. I took various roles and assignments, starting as a business analyst, worked in project management, moved around a bit in the IT organization, and then eventually took a role in our leadership with application development. And then about 8 or 9 years ago, I took an assignment as the lead of a large modernization initiative for this department. And then 5 years ago, I became the CIO of this department. So what I love about this job is the work really stays fresh. You know, we're continuously evaluating how we can make our operations more efficient, how we can improve the customer and citizen experience. And then technology continues to evolve. So you need to keep up to date, look for ways to leverage the technology to meet our customer demand. So a good example of that is our department is one of 3 that's starting a generative artificial intelligence pilot, and we're going to see how we can improve the efficiency of our call center. So it's exciting, cutting edge technology that the state of California is starting on. So overall, I mean, I think if you're interested in an IT profession with the state and you're flexible in the type of work assignments you can take on, I think the state of California is a great employer. I think you could be successful. You put in the work, look for those assignments, and watch your career grow. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Scott. We appreciate that information, and all the speakers today kind of give you an insight of their careers and how they got started and how they've moved their career forwards. So I do see there a few questions in the chat. I will try to address those as we go on. If you have a specific question, just please wait for the breakout rooms where you can ask your questions to all the great managers as well as recruiters in those breakout sessions. But I will try to answer some of those questions. One of the questions that came through is, will this info session be recorded? It is currently being recorded. We will send out the recording after a few days after today's event. So that way you can share with whomever is interested or rewatch it for your viewing pleasure. So we will get that recording out. If you have a specific question regarding a specific, let's say, IT position or position you have been applying for, just wait for the breakout rooms and we'll be able to answer those. But today we will definitely make sure to give you information. If you have been applying and you haven't gotten an interview, or you have gotten an interview but not selected, today hopefully we can give you some tools and tips to really further your career. And do not be discouraged. As Sally mentioned earlier, keep applying. If you are qualified, there's no such thing as being overqualified for the state of California. So we encourage you to keep on applying, and hopefully some of the tips we have today will be beneficial in order for you to succeed and get that specific job that you seek. With no further ado, let's jump right into the presentation. Once again, the recording will be sent out, but please take notes as best as you can, as well as save your questions for the breakout rooms towards the end of today's main presentation. Nate, if you can share your screen. Perfect. So welcome to our California Career Forum Virtual Career Workshop. Today, as mentioned, we'll go through the Cal Careers process. We'll give you the tools and tips in order to find that job that fits you. Let's go to the next slide. So as all the team members mentioned today here on the screen, I won't read them all out. The state of California really invests in their team members. So the investment in their team members really include formal on-the-job training to make sure that you are successful in the job that you are hired to do. We also, as Scott mentioned, offer extensive promotional opportunities. And since the state is also so varied in so many different departments in so many different areas, we have so many opportunities that could really fit what you're looking for today. So there are 3 easy steps to apply for the state of California. The first step is create a CalCareers account. The second step is search for a job. And the third step is completing an exam and apply. So if you already have a CalCareers account, kudos to you. If you do not, as Sally mentioned, please create one at the end of today or by the end of the week. That will set you forth to springboard you to really search for the jobs, as we're going to do today, and show you some examples and really get that information going so you can be prepared moving forward. So the first step is go to calcareers.ca.gov, calcareers.ca.gov, also known as jobs.ca.gov. They're both the same exact website that will lead you to a screen that looks fairly similar to what's on screen. So if you've never ever applied to a state job, all you would simply do is select the create account login option there at the top right. Nate, if you can kind of hover your cursor or mouse over it right there. If you select that option, and it'll take you to the next page. If you have applied for a state job before, you'll simply enter your user ID and password information to the right of your screen. If you haven't applied for a state job in years or you forgot your user ID or password, you can simply select the forgot user ID and password option, and that will send you an email with the information to re-establish your account or resend or create a new password or user ID. But if you have applied for a state job before, all you'll simply do is select the create. If you haven't applied for a state job, you will select the create account option. And then the following window will come up. And here is where you'll be able to enter the information. For all of you that have the information really small and you really can't see, at the top of your screen where it says view options, you can actually maximize the screen that you're looking at by clicking view options and click zoom ratio. And we tested it out before the call. If you click zoom ratio, it should already filter to fit to window. But if you click the 50% option, the screen actually maximizes and you can see the information a little bit better. And you can actually use your mouse or your phone to move the screen right or left to see exactly what we're talking about today. With that being said, let's go back real quick, sorry. With that being said, if you're creating your CalCareers account today or going to create it, you'll simply enter your email address, create a unique user ID, a unique password, as well as all of your demographic information, including name, home address, and phone number. Make sure to write down your email address, your user ID, well, actually your user ID and password before selecting the create account option. So that way you can have it written down somewhere. The next window is a breakdown of your CalCareers account page. This page is really instrumental, and there are certain things here that will help you when applying for jobs within the state. Here's where you can update your contact information. So if you move or have a new phone number, you can update that information. Your email is really important contact information here because that's how the system will contact you. In addition to that, you have application templates, also known as your STD 678. That's your state application where you can build up to 10 different state templates. And we'll get more into that a little later. You also have the job applications tab, exam assessment applications, and down there where it says resources, there's actually CalHR has created some resources for you and quick little videos to watch to gain more information regarding the process as a whole as well. Now that you've created your CalCareers account, it is essential to search for jobs. As Sally mentioned again, we have hundreds of jobs available. So sometimes it's very difficult to find that job that number one, you qualify for, and number two, that really interests you. So there are several ways to find jobs, and I'm going to show you two of the main ways to do so today. The first option is the advanced job search option once you go back to CalCareers after you have logged into your CalCareers account. So if you select that option, the advanced job search option there, it will bring you to the next window where you can do an advanced job search by keyword. If you're looking for information technology positions, you can put that in the keyword search. You can search it by department. So if you know which department you're really interested in, you can search it by department. You can search it by the classification. So if you already know which classification you want to see, which advertisements are available for you, you can do it there. You can also search it by locations as well. So for these purposes, we will search it by department. So of course, we're going to search for California Department of Tax and Fee Administration. And then all you have to do is click search jobs, and the next window will populate. That's one way to search for jobs. Let's go to the next page or the next slide. The second job, you can actually go on CalCareers and search for jobs by industry. So if you're looking for positions in social services, computer or mathematics, management, legal, healthcare support, you can actually search by jobs by these industries. And we're actually going to show everyone today in live time how to do so. So Nate, let's go to CalCareers, please. Perfect. So here on CalCareers, once again, we showed you how to do the advanced job search option. So let's do that first. So if you want to follow along or if you're capable, you can definitely do so. Once again, this recording will go out once we're completed with the event. But if you click on the advanced job search option, let's search by department. So you can do a keyword search or department search. Today we'll do CA Department of Tax and Fee Administration. You select the department and then click search jobs. And all of the opportunities available at CDTFA will appear. It will be in alphabetical order for your viewing pleasure. If you scroll a little bit up, Nate, you can also refine your search. So the initial search we did was just by department. But if you look there under the refine current results by, you can actually refine your search by location, job category, classification. So for these purposes, let's click on the location option, Nate, and let's select Sacramento County as the county in which I'm only looking for positions for. So if you select that and click update results, then it sub-filters for you for all of the positions at California Department of Tax and Fee Administration within Sacramento County. And then you can see what the final filing dates are, what the classifications are, and then view job postings. So that's one way to search for jobs by department, and then you can refine the search by a keyword search, by location, by classification. The second way is to search for jobs by industry. So let's go ahead and click on the home button, Nate. Once you click on the home button, the next step you would do is click on where it says state employees. Even though you're not a state employee, you can select this option on CalCareers. And then this page looks very similar to the main page, but it actually helps you identify jobs by industry. So click show more there in the middle. And it actually sub-filters it for you automatically by 22 major occupational groups below. So once again, you have community and social services, computer and mathematical, management, healthcare support. Those are all a few options of the 22 occupational groups listed automatically for you. So for today's purposes, let's go ahead and click on the computer and mathematical subgroup by selecting it. And then once it comes up, it gives you computer occupations and mathematical. Let's show the specific job classes for computer occupations. So if you're looking for an IT position, this is exactly what you would do. And then it actually lists all of the positions within that subcategory for you that the state has to offer you. Now, let's take a look at one of these. Let's take a look at the Information Technology Associate by clicking on the job title. And if you click on the job title, it automatically filters it for you and will show you all of the Information Technology Associates throughout the state of California. And as you can see, we have many opportunities available in many of our different state departments. So that's how you can search it by specific industries, if that's what your interests are. Once again, we have an IT breakout room later on today in a few minutes, as well as an entry-level breakout room. If you are a veteran or you have a disability, we also have those separate breakout rooms for you available where you can ask more designated questions that you may have. Let's go click on the back button one time, please. Go ahead and click on the show specific job classes again, please. So we search jobs for computer occupations. Now, the most difficult part sometimes with the state is to identify how do you qualify for these positions. So this filter is really helpful because to the far right of the Information Technology Associate, you can click on View Classification Specs. So if you click on that, it actually takes you to another window, which is CalHR, which is our California Department of Human Resources governing body of all state agencies. And if you scroll down, it will tell you what the minimum requirements that you need to qualify for an Information Technology Associate is. So if you scroll down where it says minimum qualifications and highlight that area for us, Nate, once again, it's really small, but if you click on view options at the top of the Zoom meeting, you can zoom the filter to 50%. It makes the screen much larger for you if you have hard time seeing it. So here, it just goes over the information and what will qualify you for an information technology associate, as well as an information technology specialist 1 and an information technology technician, and so on. So we want to make sure today that you find the position that fits you, as well as that you're qualified for the position, because we would hate for you to leave today and apply to all the positions that you really are interested in, but unfortunately are not qualified. And sometimes that happens. So that's why we want to give you the tools today to be prepared for that information and give you the information you need to figure that out once you find the classification that really interests you and your career. All right, so those are the 2 ways to find jobs. Those are the most efficient ways, I feel. There are many different other ways, but I think those are the 2 main ways that I always recommend candidates seeking opportunities. So let's go back to the PowerPoint, please. All right, let's go to the next slide. So once you find the job that interests you, as we saw moments ago, identify the classification. Sometimes you can identify the working title. We'll tell you a little bit about what the job does. These are screenshots of old job ads. As you can see, the top one says an accounting officer specialist, but the working title is an accounting officer. Kind of gives you a little bit more information to it. You can see the salary range. You can see for which department the position is posted for. The location will always tell you the county, but if you go into the job ad, sometimes it will tell you what city within that county the job is located in. I did see some questions regarding hybrid and telework. You have to go into each individual job ad to see if it is hybrid, which means a few days working from home, some in the office, and then some are fully telework, but you won't know until you go into the individual ads, and it will most of the time state if it's hybrid or fully telework. In addition to that, the final filing date, every final filing date, you have up to midnight of that day to apply for that job. And then at midnight, it will close and you will not have the ability to apply for it. So make sure you apply before midnight of the final filing date for that position that you're interested in. Next slide. So a question we always get when giving feedback and meeting with candidates is, what do I need to know to further my career and hopefully get an interview with the state? So the number 1 response is always review the job posting for the advertisement you're interested in. Every single job ad has a unique job advertisement, and it falls upon you as a candidate to make sure you review it and understand what the requirements are for that job prior to applying. So I'm going to highlight some things and some takeaways that will hopefully help you move forward. Number 1, if you hear anything I say today, this is probably the most important thing. Number 1 is if there is a link to the exam for that specific job, make sure you look at the exam bulletin, because every single state job requires an exam or self-assessment. Usually what that is asking for is information from you as a candidate to determine your knowledge, skills, and abilities as it pertains to the job to see if you are qualified for the job. So once again, we don't want you to go out there and apply to hundreds of jobs after today that you don't qualify for. You need to make sure you're qualified for the job prior to applying. Number 2, review the duty statement. The duty statement is a literal breakdown of the job, and it will tell you exactly what it does by percentile. So if you do customer service, answering phones, emails, faxes, 50% of the time on the job, it will actually tell you that. Why that will help you is because you can then tailor your application by utilizing the duty statement when applying to the job. So those are 2 of the 3 things. And let's go to the next slide. The third thing is taking a look at the job ad where it says required application package documents. In this section, it will tell you exactly what you need to submit prior to applying for the job. In this example, it has 3 bullet points. The first bullet point, and this is just an example, is your standard Form 678, which is STD Form 678, which is your state application. You always need to submit that. The second bullet point says school transcripts, because this specific job ad requires college experience or courses. And then the third thing is for you to complete a recruitment survey and submit verification that you submitted that survey. Every single job ad is different, and every single job ad will give you instructions on what you need to submit to be considered for the opportunity. Rule of thumb is if you don't follow instructions on submitting the required application package documents, it would lead me to believe as a hiring manager that you would not be able to follow instructions on the job. So make sure that you follow the instructions to the T and that you read all of this information to make sure you're submitting the required documents in order to be considered for an interview. Next slide. Okay, now that you've looked at the exam for the position, well, actually, now that you found the position that you're interested for, you've looked at the exam, you've looked at the duty statement, you've identified what the required documents are for that job ad. Now you are going to apply for the job. So you'll simply go back to the job ad, select the apply now option. And then here is where you can actually find the exam as well. So once you click the apply now option, it's going to ask you there, Nate, if you can hover over it. It says I have eligibility. So if you've taken the exam, you can select the I have eligibility option. But if you haven't taken the exam and you just found the job today, you can select the I want to obtain eligibility. If you can hover over that, Nate, right below. That will take you directly to the exam bulletin for that specific classification. Some advertisements have the exam bulletin on the job ad, some do not. But if you click apply now, this option will be available for you, and then you can find the exam from here. Once again, the exam in most cases is a self-assessment to gain information regarding your knowledge, skills, and ability as it pertains to the job. Some exams are actual exams where it's short answer, mathematical, grammatical questions that you actually have to take and pass. So just make sure you read the entire exam bulletin as you would read the job bulletin. So job bulletin is number 1, exam bulletin is number 2. Make sure you read all of that so that you're aware and prepared for that position before applying. Next slide. All right, here is where you can start your application. You can utilize a blank template, or as we mentioned earlier today, in your CalCareers account, you can actually have up to 10 different templates. So if you've already tailored your application template and tailored it based on the duty statement, the job ad for which you're applying for, you can save it to your CalCareers account. And then here's where you'll upload that specific template for that job. You have up to 10 different templates. So if you have one for, let's say, customer service, one for legal, one for human resources, one for IT, you can have all of those templates based on your current and past work experience and educational experience to craft that template to make it the best application template possible prior to applying in hopes that you get an interview. And I'll go into a little bit details regarding that in a few seconds. Next slide. Once you select your template, or once you're creating your application from scratch, it will ask you for your educational background. So if you graduated from high school, or if you have university or college experience, you can enter that information. So if you only have a high school diploma, GED, or don't have any of those, please go to our breakout room in a few minutes where we have entry-level positions to candidates. So you don't need a degree to get your foot in the door with the state. We have many opportunities that do not require that. But if you do have a specialized degree or background, we also have those opportunities available. So don't be discouraged. We have opportunities for everyone. The next set of questions will be employment history and experience. Here is the most important section of your state application and the most important section that will benefit you from getting an interview. Here's where you'll be able to enter your current and previous employment dates that you worked, your job titles, the company agency's name, your supervisor's name, your supervisor's phone number, and there where you see the big red arrow, duties performed. In the duties performed section is where you have up to 1,500 characters to pretty much sell yourself and identify all of your knowledge, skills, and abilities to the hiring manager that reviews your application. If you don't list your work experience, the hiring manager cannot assume based on your classification or your work experience, the duties that you performed in that previous role or current role. You must tell them. Don't forget to list any special projects you participated in as well. The hiring manager cannot evaluate your application based on they can only evaluate your application based on the information you list. So if you don't list it, they cannot give you credit. If you limit the information here, you're only limiting your chances at getting an interview. For each job, volunteer, internship experience, you must make sure you enter all of those employment dates, job titles, company name, and information. And a question we are always asked is, how can you ensure your application is thorough enough? So the answer to that is treat every application as an opportunity to shine a spotlight on your knowledge, skills, and experience as it relates to the position for which you are applying for. You have up to 1,500 characters, so make sure you enter as much information as you can, but as much important information as you can as well. We do work for the state. We work on a merit process where every single application has to be reviewed to determine who moves on to an interview after. So make sure that you fill this information out as complete and thorough as you can, as well as include all the required documents on the job ad. By doing that, you're giving yourself the best chance to get an interview. Next slide. So once you complete all of your employment history, it will ask you for your application package, and here's where you will upload any additional required documents that are required in addition to your state application. In this screenshot, it's an example of a statement of qualification, but the example we seen before required your transcripts and a resume. So here's where you'll be able to upload that information. And then you'll simply upload it and click Save and Review Application to make sure everything looks correct before actually submitting your application to that opportunity you seek. Next slide. So some takeaways before we jump onto our breakout rooms, and I'll identify where the breakout rooms and how you can find those. Some major takeaways: find a career that interests you and make sure you qualify for that position and meet the requirements. Number 2, tailor your state application by reviewing the job posting, reviewing the duty statement, and make sure you're submitting all the required documents and that you follow the instructions before submitting all those required documents. And number 3, do not stop applying. There's no such thing as being overqualified for the state of California. So make sure you keep applying until you actually have a start date. Even if you have an interview and you think you did well, keep on applying to all of those opportunities that you qualify for, because at the state of California, the opportunities are limitless. So find that career that fits you. So thank you all for the opportunity. Hopefully I didn't bore you. But with that, we have our breakout rooms available. Catherine, if you can make those available to everyone now. So those breakout rooms will appear at the bottom of your Zoom link. If you do not see those, we have 4 separate breakout rooms available. So if you click the More option, you can click Breakout Rooms, and those rooms will be available in a matter of minutes. But I'd like to give a big shout out to CDTFA, California Department of Technology, Office of Data and Innovation, CalVet, Department of Rehab, GovOps, as well as EDD, who's providing our interpreter services. I appreciate everyone involved. So take a look at the breakout rooms. Let me see if those are available. Okay, those should be available to everyone. Catherine, are those available? I'm not seeing them on my end. It may be because I'm hosting.
They are open, yes.
Perfect. Could you read out the names for everyone and what the breakout rooms are? Sorry. So we have Tech for State, learn about IT careers. We have Kickstart Your Career with the State of California, which will give you information regarding entry-level positions that don't necessarily require college degrees or college courses. What are the other ones? We have Leap into Your State Career, which will be information regarding candidates who have specific who have disabilities. And then we have Cal Vet hosting an informational room, military service to civil service. So if you have military experience or a veteran, enter that room to gain information regarding what veterans preference has to offer within the state. Let's see here. I think Kiki, your hand is raised. Are you able to unmute yourself? You probably are not. Let me see if you can put your question into the chat, I can do my best in answering them. Let's see, the breakout rooms will not be recorded, so make sure you write down all the team members' names. Let's see. I see here, LEAP. What is LEAP? So LEAP is the state process. It's the limited employment application process. So it's for candidates who have a disability, and that process to get your foot in the door with the state. So it's a specific process for candidates who have disabilities. That's what LEAP is. Let's see. See your question here. Kiki, if you have a specific question, let's see. And let's see, if you have a question, you can direct message it to me and I'll do my best in answering it. If not, I can answer it offline as well.
We do have chat enabled for this,
Thank you, I appreciate it.
of course.
Jana, did you find the Kickstart Your Career with Art? All you have to do is join the breakout room. If not, Catherine, would you help me out, put Jana Wolf into the Kickstart Your Career breakout room, please?
Happy to.
Thank you so much. You've been so helpful. Can you repeat the differences in the breakout rooms? I don't see getting your foot in the door breakout room. So Kickstart Your Career is the entry-level breakout room?
That's correct.
Yes. Okay, I have some. Let's see. So it should be, so those interested in that room, it's called Kickstart Your Career. So let me see, I'm gonna try to move everyone. Roberts, you wanna be added to the Kickstart room, so let me find your name and I'll add you. Give me a second, it does take a little bit. Kickstart Your Career. Robert, you've been added. So if you want to join a breakout room from here, put your name. Well, I see your name. Put which breakout room you want to be added to. Robert, let's see. Gloria, if you want to be added to a specific breakout room, just type it in the chat and I'll move you to that room. And Jana, hopefully you're in that room.
I'm not finding Jana on my list.
All right, let me find it. I see her. Jana, I think she's already in there. Yeah, she's already in there. All right.
Yes, she's in Kickstart.
So the breakout room should be at the bottom of your Zoom option of your screen. If not, you can click more and then it tells you which all the 4 breakout rooms names. So if you click more option at the bottom, that will take you to the breakout room you want to enter. Would you like to join any room discussion foot in? Okay, Arash, I'll put you in the. Okay, Francisco, I got it. Give me a few seconds. Raj, you says I'm gonna send you to the get your foot in the door. Arash, I just sent you. Francisco, give me a second. Tony, can you tell me which room you want to be? What's the name of it? So I can be certain I'm sending you to the right room, please. Francisco, you want to be, I'll send you to that room, Francisco. Give me a second. And you can jump from room to room. Sorry, I should have said that.
And I just sent Jeffrey over to Leap.
Perfect.
I'll take care of Wallace as well.
All right. Tony, I'll send you to the get your foot in the door breakout room and then you can jump from room to room. Let me send you on over right now. That's mainly to get information regarding how to get your foot in the door. So I just sent Tony Wallace. Give me a second.
I got Wallace in. He's
Perfect.
taken care.
Perfect. Anyone else, please put which room you'd like to be joining. Gloria, are you having any issues? Catherine, can you unmute everyone here? Is that possible?
No,
Sorry, Gloria, it's not possible to unmute you. If you can put it into the chat or join the breakout rooms or let me know which breakout room and I can send you over there.
I'll take care of Rich Lane and get him over to the IT room.
Thank you. Perfect. And just put which room, Gloria, and I'll be able to send you over there because I'm gonna jump over there as well. We still have 20 folks here. Please put in the message which room you want to be sent to.
Gloria, I'll take care of you right now.
Thank you.
Of course, my pleasure.
So we still have 12 people unassigned. Let me see if I can. Latif, I'm gonna send you, I know which room, Roundtree.
Donovan, if you want to send us a text of where you'd like to go, we're happy to send you into a room.
I just sent everyone that was pending. So I think Kiki or Ashish, if you can put in the message, can you share which breakout room options there are? So there's entry level kickstart your career. So entry level positions, breakout rooms, an IT breakout room, a room for if you are a veteran, and a room if you have a disability to find out more information regarding the state process if you do have a disability. IT breakout, Ashish, I will send you right now. Thank you. Carl, I think you're the only person not in the room. Which room would you like to be sent to? And Kiki, if you can put in the chat which room you want to be sent to, please. Unfortunately, we can't unmute anyone. Following up on my question. Okay, let me go find your question. Give me a second. Okay, I found the job posting. I'd like to apply. I just wanted to quickly walk through it to make sure I have everything needed for a successful application. So if you want, you can send me an email and I'll have one of my recruiters meet with you. The mailbox, if you want to write it down, is recruitment@cdtfa.ca.gov. Recruitment@cdtfa.ca.gov. And we'll be able to go over that information with you and give you some tips. Yep, recruit, you got it right. It's right there. Emmanuel, which room do you want to go into? Please put in the chat and I'll send you over to that room. Carl, please let me know which room you want to go into and I'll send you over, please. It looks like Kickstart Your Career needs a little bit of help. They have a lot of people in there.
Would you like for me to go help?
Who is that exactly?
It's me, Nate.
Nate, just go in there and just see if they need help with the chat because the chat and videos are open. So if you can go into the Kickstart Your Career and just let them know if they need your help when they ask.
Cool, got you.
Thank you so much. Madison, I'm sorry. I said EDD when it was NorCal ASL interpreters. I apologize.
Oh, no worries. I work at the EDD office, so
Okay, so
it's NorCal, part of the EDD department. So
I was so confused by your email. I was like, EDD, NorCal.
yeah, so we work for NorCal, but we partner with EDD.
Perfect. I'm so sorry I spoke so fast too.
Oh,
I was trying to slow down and
time
pause.
limit. No worries. You're good. Not a problem.
You can jump off, Madison. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for all of your effort and joining us today. Thank you so much for everything you've offered. I'll be jumping into the breakout rooms, but you're more than welcome to join some of the breakout rooms if you'd like. I think, but if not, it's completely fine.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Bye.
Madison.
No problem.
Carl, I'm gonna put you in the Kickstart Your Career. Emmanuel, I'm gonna send you to a breakout room. Catherine, how'd it go?
Kimberly, if you'd like to join a breakout room, if you want to put what room you'd like to go into the chat, and that's the same for Casey and Samantha and Yading as well. We're happy to move you over to a room. Isaac, it's set up so that if people wanted to jump out of their room and come back to the main room, that they are free to do that. If you'd like to join a breakout room, just put it in chat where you'd like to be sent to, and I'm happy to help get you there.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I keep jumping back and forth. Thank you for everything and thank you for all your help. I know hasn't been easy, but Zoom is really difficult.
Kind of like patting your head and rubbing your tummy, doing
Yeah.
these sometimes.
Yes, it is. Let's see. Yeah, Kickstart Your Career has a bunch of people in there. So
That's good. That tells us that we have a real need for people who want
correct.
to
So
join.
I think if we do a next one, we should do it about that. But yeah, we had over 210 people at once.
Correct.
That's
right.
pretty good, right?
Yes.
So, and a lot of interested people because they're asking a lot of questions in these rooms. Perfect. I'll be back.
I was just thinking we should probably do a hot wash of in fact, I started writing you an email right now. A hot wash of the event. I think that one of the things that we might want to do in the future is
Uh-huh.
when in the registration area, when people register, that
Yep.
we also add some questions about what they might be interested in so that we can be
Exactly.
prepared. Because we probably could have had maybe 3 or 4 Kickstart rooms.
Agreed. Yes, I agree. Yeah. I'll probably try to set something up either tomorrow or Friday. Just yeah, recap for sure.
Okay, great.
Thank you so
I'm
much. But
not
yeah,
available after 1:30 tomorrow afternoon, but
okay,
Friday is really, really open for me.
perfect. I'll try to do that for sure because you're right. Got to keep this momentum going, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I
We
will.
learn so much from each one of these, so
Man, yeah, I've
it's
learned a lot today, but it did go off. Mainly it went off without a hitch, right? There was no
yeah.
technical audio issues. Everyone spoke at the time they were supposed to speak. It went out really smooth, like really, really smooth.
Yay! That's what
So
I aim for.
now I don't know why people couldn't see the rooms at the end, but people could. But it's probably just user error. But it was good that I stayed on, you and I stayed on, and we're sending people out to the rooms they got into, and now there's nobody waiting. So even though it took a little bit while, they still are getting 50 minutes to join the breakout rooms. So I'm actually going into each breakout room and reminding them, hey, jump into jump into the other rooms. Make sure you network. Make sure you get the full advantage of today's event. And then I'll follow up probably tomorrow with an email thanking everyone to attend and some of the positions within our departments that we have available.
For the recording, what I'll do is I will end the recording right when the breakout rooms start because we don't have any kind of breakout room
Right.
availability after that.
Okay. Yeah, we can talk about that later. When I've done through Teams, I've had to send it to obviously to get accessibility and closed captioning.
What we do is we host it on the CDT YouTube channel, which
Perfect. That's what we used to
and
do
I
too.
will get a closed captioning with
Perfect.
the Zoom recording.
There it is.
And what we'll need to do is I'll have to have you guys take a look at it and make sure it's accurate because
Yeah.
sometimes it'll get names wrong
Right.
or
Yep. That's exactly. And then I'll send the YouTube link. Yep. That's perfect. Thank you.
yeah,
All
my
right.
pleasure.
I'll see you in a little
Oh,
bit.
also, at 1:00, do you have an option to broadcast on your participants list in your rooms list? At the bottom, it should say either close all rooms or broadcast.
It says close all rooms or broadcast, yes.
Okay. Do you want to broadcast at 1:00 that things are closing down? Because they
Yes.
aren't all coming back over in this direction.
Yep. I'll
So
broadcast at one that the event is over. We will follow up with an email and information. Thank you for joining.
awesome. Okay,
All
great.
right. Thank you.
My pleasure. Anyone interested in joining a breakout room? If you can't find your breakout room or you would like to have one specific that you're thinking about, put it into the chat and I'll make sure that you're over there. We have 4 to choose from: Kickstart Your Career with the State, Tech for the State, which is all IT related, Kickstart being for entry level. We also have one that's focused on those who have served military service, and another one for LEAP for people who may have any type of a disability. And breakout rooms will be available until 1:00. Sean, let me know which room you'd like to go into, and I'm happy to put you into there. Kickstart, military, IT, or LEAP. LEAP. My pleasure. Glad to have you with us.
Hi, Catherine.
Hey, Sean.
Okay, are we waiting for the other facilitators to come back into our room?
I believe that Isaac is planning on dismissing everybody from the room, so nobody's coming back to this room.
Okay, well
And he's
then,
going to be broadcasting that at 1 o'clock.
okay. All right, All hang out until I hear word from him. Thank you.
Okay, it looks like Kickstart, no, it looks like IT. Holy smoke, they've got all sorts of people with hands raised.
Oh my gosh, let me jump in that room, see what's going on there.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
of course. If I know how to. Hang on one second.
Let me know if I need to move you over there. I'm happy to help.
Yeah, if you don't mind kicking me. Oh, I found it. There we go. IT. I wonder who's running that room. Oh, poor Aura. Eesh. Tech. Okay, let's join this joint.
All the
I think-
breakout rooms are done?
I think you closed out the room right in the middle of a question, so I don't know if we
I
caught that
didn't-
young lady's question.
That was
So,
me.
Kath-
That
didn't
was
do it.
me.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
was already after 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And what
Yeah,
I did was I hit the 60-second button so that everybody had known, because
Thank you.
Isaac said that we would be coming back over to here. for
Yep.
that.
For
okay.
sure.
So
That
who's
sounds
on?
Sorry about that. I don't think that there's any glamorous way to do that at the end,
Nope.
right?
No, never is. Never
That's-
is. Thank you, Catherine.
Of
Yeah,
course.
absolutely. Yeah.
Were you in the middle of something, Megan?
No, I was able to wrap everything up and we're good. I just wanted to make sure that everybody got the information, and I told them that we would be providing contacts and the recording after.
Right.
But yeah.
All
And
right.
we still have we have 72 people in the room right now that we can talk to about our next steps. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you everyone for joining. We will follow up with an email with everyone, with all of our recruitment mailboxes for the departments that are participating, as well as some career opportunities, and then follow up with the recording of today's event. So if you still want to speak with one of our recruiters or departments, you'll have that information. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I forgot to completely mention this is just the first part of mini series that we want to host, right? So this is the initial information, trying to create some steam and information for all of you to really move your career forward. So thank you everyone for joining, and have a great rest of your day.
Thanks,
Bye,
Isaac.
everyone.